war in Israel has put civilians in the line of fire. After the surprise weekend attack, Israel has responded in full force, and people in the Gaza Strip have nowhere to go. 4 days after the Hamas militant group stormed across the border, the Israeli military has vowed a relentless retribution. At least 1,600 people on both sides have died so far. National correspondent Jason Bellini is live in Tel Aviv, Israel. Jason, what's the latest on the ground where you are?
Hi, Jay. Well, Israel is mounting a massive mobilization, 360,000 reservists being called up. And think about it, this is a country of around 9 million people, so it's a pretty sizable chunk of the population that is going to war. And that war is most likely going to be in Gaza, the strip of land where they're going to attack the militants and try to root them out. And we found out from Hamas today that the airstrikes that Israel has been mounting, well, those have killed 2 top leaders of Hamas. At the same time, this is a country that is in mourning, and more details, gruesome details, are coming out. There was a visit to a kibbutz in the south that came under attack where it was a massacre, bottom line. There were children, women, entire families killed, even in the safe rooms of their houses by the Hamas militants. We're going to start seeing the funerals, and the grieving will begin as the war progresses here, and this could be a very long war, Christian.
Roughly 150 hostages are reportedly being held by Hamas. While it is unconfirmed, President Biden says it's likely Americans are among them. Do we know anything else about these people who are being held?
There are varying reports on how many Americans there are, but it seems quite clear that there are Americans among the hostages. In fact, today, a family member of one of the hostages, he spoke and said he really, what he's hoping the Israeli government will do to rescue his loved one. Take a listen.
I want to bring forward the responsibility that the Israeli government has to bring back all the hostages.
The Israeli government is well aware of that responsibility to bring those people back. How that will happen, that's the big question. And that's what everyone is talking about from the moment I arrived here in Tel Aviv. That's the discussion that I've been hearing, because they know that this will be very difficult and dangerous, and that mounting special forces operations, that's probably not an option, given that many of these, if not most of them, are being used as human shields right now. And that also makes things even all the more complicated for Israel as it tries to mount its revenge for these attacks and to root out what they're calling the terrorists that are responsible for it. And again, they've 2 leaders of Hamas have been killed, according to Hamas itself, and that's before the major ground invasion that Israel says will be forthcoming. Christian?
Jason Bellini, live in Tel Aviv. Much appreciated.